first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Well, when you think of these two teams, two franchises, Baltimore and Oakland, Charles, what comes to mind?
Well, the ghost to the post in the late 1970s, but remember, that was the Baltimore Colts, who are now in Indianapolis. These are the Ravens, who came from Cleveland and formerly were the Browns.
Well, they also have some history, though. The Ravens, between these two teams, won an AFC Championship game in 2001. Also beat a Derek Carless Raiders 30-17 in Oakland a year ago. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
6:37.
Shotgun now for Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Leopard! Leopard!
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after them.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
To throw is Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Leopard! Leopard! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. The number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting them in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Here we go. 29. 6 there.
On first down, Carr. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell. Suggs. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now Carr. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Carr now to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Raiders 2.
Throwing again. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. First catch of the game for Crabtree. It's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Collins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Gun!
1st and 10. It's Jackson. And incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Drops it underneath for Collins. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Danny Shelton getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Jackson caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, baby! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Marcus Gilchrist, the strong safety, there to force the incompletion.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give them a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They go play action for Murray. Now Carr throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He can't get him down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw his Carr to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll run. Murray. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Jackson on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Three down.
From the gun, Jackson. And this is incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Gun!
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He was looking for Crabtree that time.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw, it's Carr. The quick slant caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the run.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his man complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over!
Now Jackson on first down. And the Raiders have got him. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. He's going to fire one, looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Ebron caught left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And again, it's Collins. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Leopard! Gun!
From the gun on third down, Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Leopard! Gun!
On second down, Jackson. Crabtree with it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Jackson to throw on second down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And Andrews wants the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Again, it's Murray. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper, 78 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Got a man, it's Bashan Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
He's going to look deep for pick. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 46 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Spinning past him. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Jackson now. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Danny Shelton in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun, being chased out left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll go with the keeper, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson taking it in. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. This time, Jackson will throw it, and that'll be incomplete.
They made the decision to go for two. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down one does for me.
Now they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
29. Down, 29. There we go.
From midfield, here's Carr. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, Murray. And a short gain down to about the 33. Eric Weddle brings him down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jordy Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Oh, he pulled it right. It's no good. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Gun!
Now Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Jackson from the gun on third down. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They pitch it out to Murray. They find some open field here, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
They go back to Murray on first down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on second down. Jackson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Collins. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Leopard! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
He's back to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And this one is incomplete. Crabtree, the intended receiver. Third down here.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
No, check.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Raiders. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Carr to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Back to throw, Carr. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. To throw his Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Here's Carr to throw. Going deep here for Bryant. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. No, check, Patriot, Patriot. Leopard.
Jackson to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gone.
Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Ziggy Ansah in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Sam Cook now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Carr now on 1st down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Carr going to give it to Murray on a draw play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Jackson back into his end zone. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count. 2 up right now, 2 up right now. I'm two on one day on my 3rd. I was 2 broke, now I'm 2 rich. Made 100K on my 3rd shift. I'm a boy, so boy, no, I'm a gangster. And you a boy, man. We been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really handle punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh.